Florida Gators, red hot
Yeah.
going into next year. Here's their schedule. That's the Shark. Never seen this team. If you're just listening back, it's a blue Shark. I don't get it. That's Long Island, wherever the hell that is. That's a home game. South Florida, a home game. Then you're at LSU, at Miami. Then you get a bye for Texas at home. Then at A&M. Then Mississippi State at home. Then you get another bye. Georgia in Jacksonville, of course. Then you're at Kentucky, at Ole Miss, Tennessee at home, and Florida State at home. Good night, Shane. This is, again, we're high on Florida. We think they can do great things. DJ Lagway may be the best, not quarterback, best player in the country next year. But, buddy, this going on September 13th till the end, it's pretty brutal.
Pretty brutal, and not easy. We talked about this when we saw the schedule. It's easy to talk about how great they did this year or finished up, but then you see the same schedule and you're like, can they do that again? I don't know, man. I think you're going to see a noticeable difference with the Florida Gators. This isn't a team that's struggling to make a bowl anymore. This is one of those that if the stars align, could also be sitting there at the end of November looking for a playoff spot. So I just, unfortunately, Mike, I can't put them there right now. But if there was an 8-4 team that deserved to get in, I think it would be the Florida Gators. But that's what I have is 8-4. I've got a losses with Tennessee. They get a big upset. I told you about Ole Miss. I think they got Georgia as a loss, A&M as a loss, and Texas as a loss. So those are 4. But I think they beat LSU 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so that's right where I'm going too, Shane. 8-4 for the Florida Gators. Texas, even though it's at home, I think I would favor Texas. Georgia, of course. Now, I mean, you can flip these.
Yeah.
You could certainly flip these. But I'll give those 2. I think probably A&M, at A&M, and at Ole Miss. Give me those 4. So that means you're still beating teams. You're beating Florida State. You're beating Tennessee. You're beating Miami. You're beating LSU. I mean, you have to beat all these damn teams just to get to 8-4. And I think you said it perfectly. I mean, they could be a top 10 team and still go 8-4.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I do like about this one is the buys.
Yeah.
You got to buy before Texas. You got to buy before Georgia. Those are massive games that right now you're going to sit there and say they're probably going to lose. But, if DJ does take that step forward, if Florida does take that step forward, especially on the defense, who knows, man? They may hit the ground running, start the season 4-0 in that bye, and then now they're sitting there at Texas looking at an opportunity to shock the world. So I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying that, again, Florida's got one of the toughest schedules in the country, and they're going to need, all hands on deck if that were to happen. They're going to need a little lady luck as well, I think. So that being said, I'm sticking with 8-4. What do you think the over-under on these guys are? 7.5 maybe?
That's exactly what I have. 7.5 for Florida. And just the reality, again, they could be a top 5 team.
Yeah.
But in this conference, I mean, these coaches say it all the damn time. It's kind of coach speak. But when you have 4 games on the road and you only get 3 at home, it's going to be very, very, very difficult to have a winning record in conference play. That doesn't mean it's impossible. Georgia just did it.
Yeah.
But it's very, very difficult.
November 22nd, Tennessee. That one I've got as a win, but
That's why I got it as a loss.
Yeah, how
I know the
one
history.
is.
All right, how about